My name is Miss Kellyn and welcome to Yoga Together with the Downingtown Library. This class is for caregivers and children under 3. So we'll be doing a lot of poses together. I know that young babies can be a little bit temperamental, so if your baby's not cooperating and just wants to crawl around, caregivers feel free to follow along with the poses and just incorporate your baby into the poses at the level that they're comfortable and happy with. So with that being said, we're going to get started. Oh, and I should introduce you. This is Medi Teddy, and I'm going to be using Medi Teddy to demonstrate some of the joint poses with caregivers and children today. So with that being said, we'll get started. So finding a nice comfortable seat on your mat, sitting up nice and tall, maybe closing your eyes here. You can be crisscross applesauce or kneeling, whatever's most comfortable for you. And as you find your seat, really root down through whatever is connected to the floor and sit up nice and tall. So closing your eyes, imagining that the top of your head is almost being pulled upward by a string. Finding a really gentle engagement in the low belly. And just starting to notice your breath here. So before you do anything to change it, just noticing your inhales and exhales. And then with your next breath in, bring one hand to your low belly, one hand to your heart. And just starting to breathe here as you inhale, feeling the belly push out against that bottom hand. And the chest expand, pushing the top hand away. And then open your mouth, release it out. One more like that. Big breath in, filling all the way up. And open your mouth, release it out. This time drawing your lips to a close. We'll take 3 more breaths like that. In through the nose, out through the nose. Deep breath in, filling up. This time sending the breath out through your nose. Nice strong inhales and exhales. Last one, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. So bringing your hands to your knees here, we're going to move, loosen up our necks a little bit. So just dropping your chin to your chest and just gently start to rock your head side to side with your breath. You might feel some tightness or tension in your neck. Just moving in a way that feels good for you. Maybe starting to expand this motion, bringing your head up and around, making sure to keep a nice long neck so you don't want to crunch the back of your neck as you roll around. Keeping it nice and long, moving in one direction, and then maybe taking this to the opposite direction. One more round of breath here. And then making your way back through center, we'll move through some shoulder rolls. So loosening up the neck and shoulders. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. One more inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Next breath in, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you breathe out, twist open to the right. Let your hands fall to the floor. Deep breath in as you reach up through the crown of your head. Breath out as you gaze out over that right shoulder. Inhale brings you back through center. Both arms lift up. And exhale, twist open to the left. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, coming back through center. And exhale, releasing your hands to the mat. If your baby was sitting on your lap, just gently placing your baby down and then rolling over your knees, coming into a tabletop pose. So wrists are under your shoulders here, knees under your hips. And then we'll move through some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, rounding your back, tucking your chin. A few more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, look up. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Taking a few more of these at your own pace with your own breath. Maybe adding in some hip circles. And if you notice here, I know I have an almost 2-year-old and she loves to climb on me while I'm doing yoga, especially in poses where she can get on my back and stuff. So if at any point your child is climbing on you and you're afraid that you might have an injury due to the climbing, then just back away from whatever you're doing. We don't want anyone to get injured. So coming to stillness here, back to a neutral spine in your tabletop pose. You're gonna inhale, lift your right arm up, look up, and then exhale, thread it through underneath the left arm. Rest your right cheek down. You can stay here, or maybe walk those left fingertips slightly forward. Just breathing into that twist. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, coming back through center to your tabletop pose. Inhale, lift the left arm up, look up. Exhale, thread it through under the right. Resting the left cheek. Taking what you need on this side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, coming back through center, back to that tabletop pose. And then here we're gonna open up through the bottoms of our feet. So kind of curling your toes under. So like you're on your tippy toes, and then sitting your hips back. So finding this sort of pose where you're kneeling, but like kind of up on your tippy toes. And just taking a moment here, allowing the soles of the feet to open. If at any point this is uncomfortable for you, feel free to come out. And if you'd like to allow your baby to sit on your lap here, you're welcome to do that. Taking a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, coming back forward through that tabletop pose. We're gonna wake up the wrists a little bit here. So turning all 10 fingers towards your thighs. And you're gonna feel an opening through the forearms. So if this is enough for you, you can stay here. If you want to take it a little further, maybe starting to sink the hips back slightly towards the heels, just keeping a soft bend in the elbows. So you don't wanna lock out your elbows here. Breathing in and out. One more breath in. And breath out. Turn your fingers towards the front of your mat again. Coming back through your tabletop. And next inhale, we're going to step our right foot through in between our hands. So finding this low lunge position. You can keep your hands down, framing out your front foot, or maybe you want to lift up, bring your hands to your knee. Maybe you want to bring your child up, sitting on that right thigh. So as you breathe in, finding length through the spine, reaching up through the head, shoulders down and away from your ears. And as you exhale, sinking slightly forward into the hips, feeling that opening through the left hip flexor. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, starting to straighten through that front leg, sitting back on your left heel. So your child can stay on your thigh for that one, or if you want to, take this one solo. Your hips can be all the way down to your heel, or you can keep them slightly lifted. I like to lift up a little bit. I feel like it gives a little more intense stretch in the hamstring. And then as always, you're welcome to have a soft bend in that front knee. Next inhale, bending back forward into that right leg. Plant your left hand at the instep of your right foot. Reach your right arm up. Coming into a dragonfly twist. Deep breath in. Staying through the breath out. One more inhale here. And exhale as you release your right hand down. Stepping back into your tabletop pose. We'll move through 2 rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to that neutral spine. Breath in, step the left foot forward this time. Coming into that low lunge. Hands can be on the mat, or maybe you bring them up to your left knee. Breathing in as you find length through the spine, breathing out as you sink forward into that left knee. Deep breath in here. And breath out as you start to straighten your front leg, sitting back on the right heel. Finding that hamstring stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming back up, planting the right hand at the instep of the left foot. Reach the left arm high, dragonfly twist on the left. Inhaling, exhaling. One more breath in, breath out as you release the left hand down, this time stepping both feet back, rolling over the toes, pressing the hips up, coming into your first downward facing dog. So pedaling out the feet here, you can bend deeply into one knee, straighten the opposite leg, then switch sides. Really waking up through those hamstrings. Your chest is pressing back towards your thighs. Your ears are between your biceps. Bringing the feet to stillness here, toes touch at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift the right leg up. You can bend your knee, fan your hip. Rolling out the ankle, point and flex the foot. Maybe take hip circles. Downward dog is the point in my practice where my daughter always finds a little house under me. So maybe your child is hanging out in the space between your hands and feet. Inhale as you lift that right leg high, and then stepping it through to the top of your mat. You can spin your back foot flat here. Rise up on an inhale, finding warrior one. So here, both your hips are square to the front of your mat. Arms are reaching up towards the ceiling, or hands at heart center. If you want here, you can have your baby sitting on your right thigh. Just taking whatever variation works best for you and breathing. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale. As you exhale, start to bring your hands down, frame out your front foot, pressing back to downward facing dog. Toes touch at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Bend your knee, fan your hip. Rolling out the ankle, Point and flex your foot. Maybe some hip circles. Breath in as you reach that left foot high. Breath out as you step it through to the top, spinning your right foot flat. Inhale, rise all the way up. Warrior one on the left. Deep breath in, finding length through the spine. Breath out as you sink into that left knee. One more inhale here. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out, release the hands down, frame out that front foot. Step back, this time to high plank, and then drop to your knees. Start to lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale, press up, baby cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. So here we're going to walk our hands all the way back to our feet. Feet are about hip distance apart. You can also measure two hands width. So inhale to a flat back, and then exhale, fold forward. I like to have a soft bend in my knees here. It's really important to get that chest to thigh connection. So your knees can be bent completely at 90 degrees, as long as your chest is connected to your thighs. That's the most important part of this pose. And then just releasing the neck and shoulders, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Staying here, maybe grabbing a hold of opposite elbows, starting to sway side to side as you breathe in and out. Coming back to stillness, back through center. Inhale, start to rise up one vertebrae at a time until you reach the top. Toes touch here at the back of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, finding a steeple grip with your fingers. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, gently lean to the right. Gaze up under that left shoulder. Reaching up through the fingertips on each inhale, leaning slightly right on each exhale. Inhale brings you back through center. Reaching up through the fingertips, exhale, leaning to the left. Gaze is up under that right arm. Breath in, reaching. Breath out, leaning to the left. Inhale back through center, separate your arms into a wide V, letting your head fall back, slight back bend here. Deep breath in, deep breath out as you dive forward. Starting to walk your hands back out to that high plank, and then drop to your knees, lower all the way down. Inhale, press up, baby cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. So looking to your hands, stepping your legs forward, finding a seat in the center of your mat. We're gonna do a little bit of core work with boat pose. So boat pose is one of my favorite poses to do with a baby or small child. So bringing your baby, sitting your baby on your lap. And you can have a docked boat, so both soles of your feet can be flat on the mat. If you want to lean back a little bit, find a low boat. Maybe you're supporting behind your thighs. So just taking a few moments here, really engaging through the core, making sure your shoulders are down away from your ears. Deep breaths in and out, holding for 3, 2, 1. Start to lower your feet if they've traveled off the mat. Take a little break. We'll do 2 more of those. So your feet can stay down if you're staying down, or you can lift them up into a low boat, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to lower your feet down. We have one more. So on an inhale, start to take your feet up, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering your feet all the way down. And then we'll lie all the way back. Setting up for bridges here. So you can keep your baby right where they are if they are happy to stay there. And options for bridge, if you want to take a restorative the whole time, place a block or a few pillows underneath your low back, you're welcome to do that. And if you're moving on with me, you're gonna press down through the soles of your feet, and on an inhale, start to lift your hips up, making sure you're giving your baby support if they are sitting on your belly. And just being careful not to move your head around while your hips are up. So pressing down into those feet, lifting the hips high, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to lower those hips down as you exhale. We'll take 2 more. On an inhale, start to lift those hips up. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Releasing those hips down on the exhale. One more here. Option not to take it if you're not feeling it. On an inhale, lift those hips up. Holding with breath for 3, 2, and 1. Starting to lower those hips down as you exhale. And then here, lifting your baby up, start to draw your knees in towards your chest. I'm gonna take baby airplane pose. This is so much fun for moms and babies. I'm just starting to rock your legs side to side. Maybe you want to draw your knees in towards your chest and then extend them slightly up to a 90-degree angle. Keep with that motion. This is really helping work out your low back after those bridges. This is helping you reverse the flow of blood, taking some pressure off your heart with the inversion here. And this is helping you bond with your baby. So it's really, really great. Kids love to do yoga with their parents. And I feel like the earlier you start, the better. So just taking a few more moments here. And on your next inhale, start to lift your baby up, drawing them in towards your chest. Letting the soles of your feet come together, your knees can come out wide. And we're going to start to move into rest pose. So maybe drawing your shoulder blades together underneath of you, pressing the back of your neck into the mat. Softening your jaw, letting your lips part slightly. Softening your forehead, releasing any tension between your eyebrows. And scanning for any remaining tension, take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth as you sigh it out. And relax into rest, Shavasana. Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes, taking small movements in your body. And if you want to stay in this rest pose, if this is where you need to be right now, more than welcome to do that. And just slowly making your way up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to heart center. And together we'll take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. Bringing your thumb knuckles up to the center of your forehead, fanning open your hands to invite in the love, the light, and the peace. Light within me honors the light within each of you. We bow forward together and honor each other, saying namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for Yoga Together with the Downingtown Library. I teach live classes every Thursday, sometimes at 1 for this class, and then also at 1:45 for kids ages 3 and up. So I hope you'll be able to join me sometime, and thanks again. Bye.